Hey, good day, everyone. I'm glad to have you here with me today. Today, you're here because you're a supervisor, and as being a supervisor in a DOT regulated work environment, you're required to undergo 60 minutes of alcohol and controlled substance abuse training to help you identify any drug usage that's going on in your work environment. So it's just a basic introductory today. We have other different modules that's not covered under this class, but you're welcome to sign up for it. It's an in-depth supervisor training, but today's class will just cover the basics that you're mandated to go over. Stay with me. All right. So the first substance we're going to talk about today is marijuana. So marijuana, aka weed, can go by different other street names, but the main drug of it is THC. And the THC drug in marijuana will cause different physical, behavior, speech, and performance indicators that you can pick up easily, in your employees. So some of the physical indicators are red eyes. You can also smell the drug on them. Even if they didn't, actually taking part in doing the drug, they might have been around the drug, so smell the fumes from the drug could have got on them that way. So I mean, they're obviously hanging around with somebody that's doing drugs, and they're coming to work. So it's just a telltale sign to watch out for. If they actually did use the drug, some of the behavior aspects of that would be trying to avoid you. You need to talk to them, or you're unable to find them. They're avoiding you, and you have them do something, give them a task to do, and they forget about it, and it doesn't get done. Some speech things to look out for is slow speech and moving, and very slow movements. Things of that nature. So that's another thing you can pick up with that. And performance indicators, simple as missing deadlines, and that goes back to the forgetfulness and reduced productivity. And your workers, you know what they put in day to day, and that's something you can kind of pinpoint out if you have some of these other indicators of the physical and behavior and speech that's leading to the reduced productivity and performance indicator. On to our next one, we have cocaine. Uh, some physical indicators that you could pick up on cocaine is a runny nose, a bloody nose. Obviously, the main point of injection for this is through the nostrils, where they'll snort it. If you look at the pictures, anything they can use to snort. A lot of people just use money. Um, some behavior indicators could be increased energy. Cocaine has a stimulant in it that gives the person increased energy, and at that point they're pretty much wide open, and that could be a telltale sign that something's not right. Some speech indicators could be loud and excited talking. Like I just mentioned, cocaine give those guys a sense of rush, and their blood's pumping real fast, and they're just wide open. So they could just be talking very loudly, and obviously they'll be excited as well. And some performance indicators could be some complaints from coworkers. Sometimes these guys are a little too much, and they just making it a hard time to work around. So some coworkers could be complaining about it, and quality of the work. They're getting a lot of work done, but the work that they're putting out isn't good quality work and unacceptable to actually produce out. So a couple of things to look out for cocaine usage. Amphetamines. This could come in all kind of different shapes and forms, but a lot of times it's in pills. So this is another thing that kind of gives you a stimulant of extra energy. So physical indicators of increased energy. Also, these guys, will pick their skin a lot of times. So there could be some scabbing that you could notice around their arms and different parts of their body. Behavior indicators: grinding teeth, excessive attention to small details. They're going into OCD mode, and restlessness. They don't stop. Like I said, this is a stimulant and got them wide open at this point. Speech Some speech indicators will be non-stop talking, like I was just mentioning. They're wide open. They're under the stimulant drug, and they can't help themselves but keep going. One speed, go. Performance indicators will be quality of work. So they're probably putting out a whole lot of work, but that work is probably not good quality work at the end of the day. And unable to focus on one task. So they're wide open. They want to do multiple things. They start something and think of something else and get started on that next. So that could be some telltale signs on the performance indicators. Opioids. All right. So this could have many different physical indicators. Dilated pupils could be one. Drowsiness, droopy eyes, excessive weight loss. So you wouldn't see that the first day, but somebody coming in, they weigh, just for example, 300 pounds, and the next 2 days they weigh like 200 pounds. That's a big drastic difference in their size, and obviously they're taking some type of medication, or they're doing some type of drugs, or something's going on. But that could be a sign of opioid abuse in the workplace area. Some behavior things you could look out for is changes in attitude. So, man, that saying, when you're tired, you don't act right. So they could be drowsy and sleepy and just have attitude. Another thing could be nervousness. Just depends on the type of opioid it is. Could cause signs of nervousness, and always avoidance is another thing too to look out for. Speech indicators will be slow speech. Performance indicators, unable to concentrate or actually sleeping on a job. PCP. Some things you can look for as far as physical indicators will be impaired judgment. So PCP is like a hallucination drug. So these guys could be on a very wild journey and just could be lost in the present time. Behavior indicators, severe confusion, mood swings. Speech indicators could be random conversations, and performance indicators would be unable to remember the task that they was doing, or obviously the quality of work that they're doing. Last but not least, alcohol. So this is a major thing. I mean, they're all major, but this one especially because it's an easily accessible drug to get to. You can buy it at any store, and it could be easily taken advantage of. So some things to look out for is smell, slow reaction time, confusion, avoidance, arguing. Arguing could be some behavior indicators. Speech indicators would be slurred talk or slow speech, and performance indicators could be missing deadlines or missing work. So guys, I know I kind of went through this quickly, but this is just a base overview class just to get you aware of the things to look out for on a day-to-day basis. So if you suspect of any of these things, and your crew, you know how everybody work, you know how they are on a day-to-day basis. So if you start seeing some of these things that are deviating from their normal, this is just some cues to kind of hone in on to kind of take the next step and, prevent an incident before it happens. So I hope this class was very informative for you, and thank you for your participation. See you next time.